Hello, welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream. And it looks like I've got 2 streams going on YouTube. Thank you, Plexus, for letting me know. I guess I have to restart to stop that. But anyhow, yeah, the Restream service that I'm using said they're discontinuing the Stream Now option and only going to YouTube events. So now both of those are in there. So yeah, I'm going to have to disable that stream now. And so finally I'm actually seeing it in the control panel for the YouTube, which it wasn't before. So what a mess. And I don't even think I have to use this restream anymore, because I think the new version of OBS lets you just build that in, or has that built in so you can multi-stream. Hey Sedona, good to see you. So yeah, so this is a makeup stream for missing Monday night. All right, sorry, my phone is behind me. For missing Monday night, and I'm at the office, so I'm back in the city, and I forgot how slow, first of all, how slow the PC is here, but also how good the tablet is. I have the big Cintiq, and it draws so much better than the little one that I have at home. I was finally getting used to how, I guess, insensitive or how slow that one was, and I forgot how good this is. But this thing is gigantic and very heavy. I've got it on a big metal arm, so there's not really enough room to have this at home. So it'll just be the thing that I enjoy for for being at the office. But yeah, so thanks for joining. I'm out of space on Dropbox. Oh yeah, that's right. My Dropbox is ridiculous. Yeah, speaking of Dropbox, I had a horrible time. I was backing it up to an external hard drive, and that external hard drive started to fail. So Dropbox was just deleting my entire archive. It was wonderful. So I had files, directories of files that were there, but just, completely erased. And those files only existed on the failing hard drive. So that was really fun. And I didn't find out, they only give you unless you have the enterprise account, they only give you 2 weeks or something of backup. So if you notice that more than 2 weeks ago, there's no way to recover any files, and their support is terrible. But that was fun. So yeah, Dropbox. Yeah, I'm getting some weird messages here, and also the internet here is a little odd too. So I don't need to. I shouldn't need to back up things from this computer, anyhow. So I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, my Dropbox has been always a miserable situation. Yeah, I switched from. I was using Box.com originally because I got the most free space from them, but they're also pretty terrible as far as customer service and how their software works. But yeah, they've both gotten a little bit better. But yeah, that was really miserable because I had stuff that so it was disappearing on the cloud itself, but also deleting it on the local drive. So there was no copies of things because the hard drive, and I don't know, there's not really a way, maybe there is, but it's not very clear how you can prioritize, this is what you should be, my cloud should look like this, it should look like this hard drive, because it was obviously prioritizing that dying hard drive as what should be backed up. And yeah, that was miserable. If I have to, because it was a lot of advertising and stuff for the gallery when that was going on. So yeah, that was quite the ordeal, and yeah, not very helpful. Unless you're paying them $100 a month, they don't really want to talk to you about your problems. But yeah, so yeah, kind of hectic week. So yeah, apologize for the scheduling problems for Monday. But yeah, it's nice to be able to do this back at the office. I had to do some recording earlier this morning. Is this fixed? No. So that gave me a good reason to just hang around and work here. So that's good. It's been a while. Yeah, let me check my phone. I was just hearing it making a lot of noise. All right. All right. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, so I got to figure out. I'm going to have to maybe rework some things, get the either the Streamlabs version of OBS or something set up, because I think I can multi-stream from there, and that'll save a lot of trouble. That restream.io is not... they keep having connection problems and making changes to kind of keep up with, because they're supporting multiple platforms. So every time YouTube changes, they have to change. So, oof. Yeah, so I have to figure out a new way to do this and then duplicate it, do it for both here and at home. That's nice. Yeah, so they're going to try, I guess, maybe starting next month, because next month is kind of in fall travel season begins here. They're going to try to, what are they calling them? Start travel bubbles with a lot of the Southeast Asian countries. Japan, and yeah, it was a pretty big list of Southeast Asian countries are going to have like limited travel, and they're going to have pretty strict, you're going to have to take temperature checks and have a test, have a bad weather test before you even get on the plane, and then volunteer to quarantine at a certain point. I forget. I was reading through the list of requirements, and it sounds pretty strict. But yeah, they're going to start travel, because I think the travel business, hotels and the hot springs and things are really getting really in trouble. They tried to encourage it during the summer to get Japanese people to travel by having like a government reimbursement of travel expenses if you actually went somewhere domestically within Japan. But then people were getting upset that they were encouraging the spread of things, which I guess was true. And that's the funny thing is, Japan is not a big country, but people are very, they get very territorial. Or as soon as this all started, they were like, well, we don't want people from Tokyo coming here. And then I live outside of the city a bit from Osaka, and the Osaka people, the pachinko parlors and a lot of businesses were shut down in the city. So those people that were in the city are going outside the city to look for businesses that are still open so they can gamble and drink and stuff. And we don't want them coming here. So it's very funny how worried about outsiders, and these are all Japanese people, about how worried about people outside your little local area. You don't want them, coming here and causing problems. So I can't even believe Japan can tolerate foreigners in any way, because of how sensitive they are to what people from the big city are going to be doing to your small town. Doing stuff like this, they get very protective. Yeah, so they're going to start trying to have very regulated travel with just Southeast Asia happening again. I hope that they don't open anything up to China anytime soon, because it's just, I forget what the stats were for 2019, but it was like 7 million people or something. It was like a ridiculous number of tourists. I think it was even bigger than that from China, and they just flood everywhere, and the hotels are all booked up, and yeah, I'm sure that's good for certain types of businesses, but at the same time, I think a lot of people, there were just so many horror stories about bad tourists and restaurants just letting people go without paying their bills because they were so rude and so loud and like spitting on the floor and doing things that they just wanted to get them out of there as soon as possible. So yeah, there were a lot of incidents, or people that had confusion with their hotel reservations and then made a big scene and like laid in the street and were crying and yelling, for the police to come, because the hotel said, we don't have a reservation for you, so you can't stay. There's a lot of the kind of viral videos were happening in Japan. Oh, cool. Yeah. Australia and New Zealand. That makes sense. Oh wow. Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah. It's very funny. Like during this time, yeah, people are feeling getting very very sensitive to just people from the outside, because that's why this is all a problem, is just because of how mobile everybody is, and staying in one place, will help slow things down. I mean, I think certain parts of the country that don't have a lot of tourism and don't have a lot of population, they're doing just fine with the bad weather. But yeah, so very very interesting how that changes the tensions. Yeah, and there's a lot of news and stuff coming out now, but I don't want to talk about it on the stream. But the bad weather related news, someone is publishing information. So I don't know. It's all the timing of everything is so suspect in a campaign year that you don't know who or what to believe, because you don't know how politically motivated everything is. Oh, but there was something that I discovered, and it was a lot of things. So a lot of streaming has, even with like a VPN, that will spoof your. Oh, good. Yeah. That's good that the numbers are getting lower, because I was hearing about like a few months ago, Los Angeles was not doing well. So that's good. Yeah, keep people in their place for a while until we have a good idea how to stabilize things. But something that I wish I would have discovered during lockdown is the Criterion channel. So the company that does all the deluxe DVD and now Blu-ray releases of films, they have a streaming service. And when you're like scrounging for something to watch on YouTube or on Netflix or Hulu, and just like there's just nothing, or it's such a limited amount of stuff, I was really shocked. And the nice thing is, and hopefully they never change this, they don't hear me say this and change this, but you do need to the service is available only to the US and Canada, but it isn't region blocked. The streaming itself isn't region blocked, just like registering for the service. So you have to use a VPN to sign up. But then after that, it doesn't block you. Whereas most like Netflix and things will block you because they're trying to offer it separately. But I don't think Criterion will ever offer it, outside of North America, because specifically it's mostly foreign films, subtitled for English speaking countries. But it's been really amazing. I can't believe exactly kind of what I want to watch, and things that the movies that I always should have seen, and things on the Criterion channel. And it's great. The other thing they do that I was so impressed by is basically you're getting previews of what they've released. You're watching a streaming version, which of course is not going to be a perfect, ultra 4K version, but you're going to get a preview version of what they put on disc, as well as the documentaries and even commentary tracks. So you can watch the film with commentary tracks on the streaming service. So everything that's available on the disc, you can see on that channel. And it's amazing. I was watching, just everything. And they've got they did a full, all 27 of the Zatoichi, the Blind Samurai movies are on there, and so many classic. I mean, you just go really big directors and just their entire filmography you can watch, as well as documentaries and things about it, and then commentary tracks, if any of them, if for the more recent things that have commentary. It's just amazing. And so it's over now, the search for something to keep me entertained, because Criterion is just so well done. And so, I mean, it's just, and you discover so much stuff. There's so many foreign films and things that I had no idea, just because once you're outside of a big American city, you don't have an art house, theater that's showing things that are, kind of in the festival circuit or whatever, and aren't getting big theatrical releases. So it's nice to have something like that. But that finally answered that frustration of, dealing with, and especially because it's Japanese Netflix, and Japanese Hulu. So they dump. I mean, there's a lot of classic like TV, Japanese TV drama, and some older films. Not a lot. Mostly Amazon has a lot of the older Japanese movies and TV shows, but it was getting so frustrating to find anything watchable, and also because so Japanese Netflix, they dump a lot of Indian movies and TV dramas and stuff, and usually there's no English, so I'm watching something in Indian, whatever, I forget it, what the Indian language, and Japanese subtitles, and so it's miserable. So foreign films are terrible on those services because they default to, of course, only making it viewable for Japanese, and it's hard to read subtitles in another language fast enough for them to be useful at all. But yeah, so I was so happy to find that there's a lot of stuff. I watched like Magnificent Ambersons. I hadn't seen that since like film, since like a film history class. Where is this? And certain things, and they're doing things like contrasting the Japanese samurai films and the spaghetti westerns. So the like Yojimbo and like Fistful of Dollars, or whichever is kind of the equivalent story. They do a lot of that kind of interesting comparison. So that kind of stuff is great compared to struggling through Netflix to try to find something that's halfway decent. Oh wow. Oh, that's great to hear, Plexus. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to. That's the thing. My daughter had a little bit of that. Her, she graduated like the summer before all this started happening, and so her plans to do anything not remotely are kind of over. So she just moved back in with her mom for a while until things kind of shake out. But that's good. That's good to hear. Wow, excellent, senior developer. Congratulations. Yeah, I hope you get it, Plexus. That'd be great. And it's good that it's not, the current situation isn't going to interfere with your career. Yeah, right now there's a lot of frustration. The universities are open back up, but they have to offer, and I'm not sure if it's true of all of them, but the one that I have the connection with, they have to offer both remote and in-person lectures. So all the professors and instructors are having to do twice the amount of work and basically do a lecture twice because they don't really have the facilities to film a lecture that is presentable like online or like broadcast a lecture. So the way that they'll do a lecture in person is different from how they present it. So they have to duplicate their work and so they have like an extra lecture during the week for the remote students, but they have to offer both because a lot of parents are frustrated. They don't want to pay tuition. They don't want to pay full tuition for remote classes, and then a lot of students are too afraid to go to the schools. And even with all the masking and social distancing and everything, because the school can only be like half capacity. The classes and things are very limited, but they have to accommodate both. So yeah, it's kind of in a frustrating, part way, thing. Wow. Excellent. Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's so cool. Yeah. A senior position as a new graduate is very, very cool. That's going to look amazing. If you want to go on from there, that's going to look amazing that was your first position. Your resume is already going to be stunning. So yeah, congrats. Yeah. So things are, and I haven't heard because we're after Labor Day now, so I don't know what the situation is because I have some friends, but young kids. Yeah, they just have young kids. I haven't checked in. So I have so many unmarried friends now, or maybe formerly married friends, I guess I should say. But not a lot of people with kids now. So I'm curious, what different areas of the U.S. are doing, and if they're trying to get kids. Their public schools are open, or they're being very careful. But yeah, things are pretty normal, except for extra sanitizing precautions. Things are pretty normal now at Japanese schools. The kids are on normal schedules, and actually a little bit heavier schedules. They're going 6 days a week to make up for some of the lost time over that extended spring holiday. Yikes. So, yeah, I don't know what... yeah, well, that's great. Oh, that's excellent. They'll move the interview for you. Yeah, they want to be. They want to have first crack at you. That's good. Yeah, that means that you are a very. They're seeing you as a very good candidate. That's excellent. Wow, congrats, Lexus. That's very cool. Yeah, I hope that's a great position for you. That would be nice. Yeah, I'd really. There's got to be so many people that now just have this weird kind of stutter, in their transition from school to working, or even in their own careers. Because I know so many places now, especially technology companies, are just having people work remotely, and that's got to be doing strange things to, how teams are developing stuff and how meetings are held and things. It has to be a little odd. All right, what am I doing here? Just the same thing. That's very cool. Yeah, it's good to hear that's nice to hear some good news. It seems like there's been nothing but disruption. Yeah, and it's very suspicious that a certain country that may or may not be related to the bad weather is building up their military at an unprecedented pace, expecting people to kind of put the pieces together and suddenly say, wait a minute. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I just want to get November over with. Well, that's not going to mean anything. It's not going to resolve anything, probably. They're going to probably legislate this American election like crazy. So hopefully the Supreme Court picks a good next president for the U.S. Yeah, I wonder, legally, how long they can carry this out. Because I think, as far as recounts and things, I don't know. I was just remembering this from, 2000. But legally, they can only do a certain number of recounts before they have to declare something. So we'll see what tactics will be taken. Oh, wow. Wow. You are a quilting machine, Sedona. That's amazing. Yeah, so we will see. Oh, I keep drawing. That, yeah, that's great. Some good news as always. Nice to hear. Yeah, just... Whoa. Haven't been paying a lot of attention recently because I'm just getting so burnt out with all the stuff coming from the U.S. And it's strange too. I don't quite understand the connection between Japanese and American media is very odd. because they report things. Yeah, I'm not sure like who their source is, because they are as biased as a lot of the American media, so kind of agenda based. But why? I don't understand. Like why, why Japanese news wouldn't be a little bit more, kind of impartial, or not just be parroting a lot of, kind of questionable news sources in the U.S. It's very odd. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It is just mysterious. I can't quite figure out where they're kind of copy pasting these opinions and information from American media, because it's just a very strange opinion. There must be, though, some newswire or some source that they generate a lot of American news from, but it's really odd. I don't quite understand, because there's no there's no connection, there's no owners, there aren't multinational news organizations that are working in Japan. There's they're not parent companies or anything, so that makes it very, very odd. And Japanese people having, they still very easily generate their opinions from TV news. I'm trying to draw vases. Yeah, it's funny. This tablet feels totally different. So the drawing style is going to be a little bit different and everything. It's so much smoother, even with this really slow computer. The line and the drawing is just amazing. So it must be the connection. This has like a giant wad of cables, like all of the display and then all of the control cables and everything. There's a huge connection to the computer, and the small one at home, they've kind of combined it into one. So that may be part of the problem, is it's just not transmitting as much information, and also because it's less sensitive and stuff, it's not generating as much information. But yeah, the difference is insane. Oh, nice. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And it's a good way to be productive in these times. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm a little late, late in the weekend, late time-wise. But I was surprised how hard it was to get this set up again. The scenes and everything in the streaming software were fine. But yeah, like I was saying, I screwed up the what was going on with YouTube, because they're changing. There's something else recently that just changed that was really frustrating. I forget what it was, but I have to do something totally different. Logging into something, it was an update that didn't need to happen. But yeah, that just seems endless. I like how the default is always towards the new way to do things, instead of letting you keep doing what you were doing. And make it very hard to keep things the way they are, and want you to enjoy a new interface or a new location of common buttons or operations or commands, and then you don't know where anything is anymore. I forget what that was, but yeah, something just recently got much harder to use all over again. Oh. All right. Yeah, it's starting to finally cool down. We had that crazy heat wave with humidity. So it was just, yeah, it was like in the 40s Celsius wise for a bit, which is unbearably hot with the 80% humidity or whatever we have here. But that seems to be calming down a little bit. And of course, as soon as I say this, it's going to change. But yeah, this is typhoon season, and no, after that last big one that we were worried about, there hasn't been anything. So that's good. It sounds like hurricanes, though, in the U.S. have been keep coming. All right, what else are we doing here? Whew. There we go. Oh, we played over the weekend. Played the old. It's not from the 8th, from the maybe 90s. The West End games, D6 Star Wars game, which is very funny because the setting originally just went up through the 3 original films, but then there was like a second edition that they started to add the prequels and things. So it just got a little odd and out of control setting wise. And I'm sure people have tried to add sequel trilogy stuff and everything in there, but it was so refreshing to play just that old limited range of characters and everything that's been added since the 90s is not there. So it was funny. But the odd thing that they do is, so it kind of, what is it? It's not, I don't call them templates, but they have like pre-generated characters, and most of them are, it's mostly humans with different classes, class combinations. But then anytime it's a human, like an Ewok or a Wookiee or whatever, that's just your race is your class. I guess that is very old school role playing, but that's a little funny because you don't have a specialization. You're just an alien, and but yeah, it was refreshing though to play that very simplified style, and the system is really easy because you're just rolling some number of d6s and trying to hit some target number. So very easy to there's no heavy duty calculation or anything, and not a lot of things affect it. Oh yeah, so that was good. Yeah, they reprinted. So we played first edition, so they reprinted those. I forget who has the rights of Fantasy Flight. Maybe Fantasy Flight has the rights to all the Star Wars games, so they reprinted some kind of deluxe edition of that game. But yeah, that's probably worth picking up because it's a nice, like a box set of like 2 hardback books. So it's probably worth picking up because it's a really easy game to get into, and there's a ton of adventures for it. All right, what are we doing? All right. Yeah, watch the Dune trailer for the new for the new version of Dune that's supposed to be coming out this year. It's still, I think, December. It has a December release date. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. But yeah, I'm really curious to see. I like that director's visual style, and he always has a good cinematographer, and it looks very minimalistic and kind of clean, which is different from the kind of more Baroque and kind of detailed the David Lynch version. And anything will look better than something for Sci-Fi Channel with those ridiculously low budgets. But yeah, people aren't getting I mean, people that are excited for anything Dune are excited about it, like on YouTube. But from the people I know, nobody is getting all getting all excited for anything. And it's not going to be the whole book, which is probably good because it's too much to put in a single movie. But it will just be the first part. I wonder where they're going to break the story off. Because they wouldn't let David Lynch had like a 3.5 hour, and this is like before the days of those ridiculous movies. Now that's really common. Maybe after like Lord of the Rings, that became much more common for the summer movies to be 3 hours long. But yeah, I guess it was 3.5 hours was the best that he could do to get that story in, and they said nope, it's got to be 2 hours. So that's why the cut is so odd, and that's why he took his name off of it. I think that theatrical release that had to be cut down to 2 hours, or no, the TV. I think it was a TV, like a TV edit or something. He wanted his name off of the one with the illustrations at the beginning, like where they just have somebody famous, like George C. Scott or somebody, does like a narration to kind of do the a big story dump of everything that's going on in the world, and there's just some like color pencil illustrations at the beginning. I think that's the version that David Lynch took his name off of. But it's funny because David Lynch was supposedly, there's something about him being asked. He met with George Lucas about directing Return of the Jedi, which that would have been amazing if they like let him do something so weird. So yeah, if you think about that, the same way that the sequel trilogy movies are, were supposed to be directed each by a different director, to have Return of the Jedi have been directed by David Lynch would have been really bizarre. If he would have tried to put anything of like his his imagery or his thinking, the kind of turning of Darth Vader could have gone really strangely. And the reveal, like all of the reveals of who's related to who could have been very odd. But I guess that meeting went incredibly badly, so there was no way he was going to work on Star Wars. But then, he got involved with Dune, like right after that. But maybe that story fit his sensibility a little bit more. The kind of maturity and complexity of Dune may have been a little bit more appealing than the kind of Flash Gordon take that Star Wars is, the kind of pulp. K5, hey, damn, long time no see. Excellent. Yeah, I was wondering how you were doing. I hope everything got sorted out with your internet and everything. That's great. Yeah, so I was worried that so you were talking about having to use your data last time we saw you on stream. Very good. Yeah, so my weird schedule worked to find you again. I hope you're doing okay. That's good. All right, let's try some plants, maybe. All right. Something like this. Oh yeah, this might be hard to put a face on. Yeah, we'll see. Nice. Yeah, good to see you again. I was, in these uncertain times, it's no fun to not know how people are doing. Because, yeah, you can't always feel like no news is good news in the our current situation. That's it. This is going to be impossible to put any features on as well. Okay, so maybe not house plants. Unless it's just the, whoops. Unless it's just the pots. Yeah, let's try something like that. Yeah, that might work. All right. Yeah, so just months keep going by and there's no there's no sign of when we're gonna stop being worried about everything. Alright, just move some layers around so I can. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so maybe don't need any more boxes. What else is here? Yeah. Yeah, so back in the office for a midweek a midweek live stream. Yeah, so here's a strange collection of things that could be plants. All right. Well, sorry, I don't have any coffee here. I should have. I gotta go, I think, upstairs and look around for some coffee, but I didn't do that before the stream because I had to spend so much time getting this back up and running. Okay, so something like that. Let's go over here. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, that's right. You got, yeah, that's cool. You got your COVID check. Yeah, that's great. That would be good fun. Yeah, the and I guess the resin isn't too expensive, but I think compared, well, I don't know. It's just, yeah, a lot more to deal with as far as hazardous material. But yeah, that's cool. That would be very cool to that would keep you plenty distracted as well. Working on yeah, resin prints. Yeah, that company that I was looking at, Anycubic, is also doing, so they have a printer, like pretty, cheap low-end printer for the photo resin, but then they also have a like cleaning and set, what is it? You set it, the light or whatever, the UV hardens. That sounds weird, like a hardening station, but a fixing station where it has a UV light and also a bath to rinse off all the extra resin. So you can kind of have two units side by side and print on one and then move it over to the other. And I think you can even keep it on the same base because it's the same manufacturer. You can keep it on the build platform, which is inverted, and then just put it over on the other side, which you can then hits it with the UV to harden the resin and washes off the extra. So I don't know how well that works, but I thought that was a pretty nice idea to make it less manual, the cleanup and everything afterwards. All right. Oh, as far as I know, like most of the software, like the slicing software and everything, is all free, and like different. I forget what the one that most people are using for resin, but yeah, some of the manufacturers that make this slicing software make it available for free, and it's compatible with other printers besides their own. I forget who the one is for the FDM that I'm using, but they are, they have all these options to wirelessly connect with their printers, and special features for specifically their printers, but you can also change the settings for many other models. But I think all this stuff is free, and sometimes I think mine included, I think it was a bit of an outdated version, but contained an older version of the software on the little SD card that they give you. So they give you I got the SD card with a test model, the little owl pair, to make sure everything's calibrated okay, and then the slicing software I think was on there as well, like an installer. But you can get the most recent version pretty easily, and I think there's several different ones you can use, so just whichever is easiest to work with. But it's a lot of free download stuff. Yeah, I'm totally blanking on the name of the slicer that I was using. Hey River, how's it going? This is an oddly timed, rare midweek live stream, but yeah, I missed Monday night, so I guess it's Sunday, Monday night. I missed Monday night, and wanted to make up because I still have to do the 2 cartoons during the week, regardless of if I live stream or not. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this before, this is a live stream where I do the 2 single panel gag cartoons that I release every week for my cartoon on Go Comics, and the name in the corner. So it's called, the cartoon itself is called Domestic Abuse, and maybe I should make a reference to cartoon on my little logo sign. That might help people coming to the stream, it being less confusing. So I think I've had people pop in and run away. Yeah, their support has been really good. When I had trouble with the heated base, I just sent them an email and a photo of the surface coming off of the base, and they just instantly sent me a new one, free of charge. So and I've seen a lot of good. I mean, it's Chinese, it's Chinese manufacturing quality, so it's not impressively. I mean, you see some. It's a little messy. They get a little weird with the hot glue gun and stuff, but it's good, really good technical support. And the machines are pretty simple, so they're easy to work on yourself, so you can install. And they do a lot of tutorial videos for how to replace different parts on their machines, and then make things very easy to replace. I'm trying to think of what. Some parts I think have been sold out occasionally. Like if you want to replace like the hot end or certain things, they go out of stock. But that may have been related to bad weather and supply chains and things. So I'm not sure how that's going. But no, I've been happy with their technical support. The quality of their machines is very Chinese. But they're easy to work with and easy to fix. So yeah, that hasn't been a problem. And their price is like so competitive that because I think there are people that are that are reselling them in Japan, so they list them on like Amazon or whatever for $100 more than you can buy it directly from the company, and so they're probably just waiting for an order and then buying it from the company and then marking it up $100. But yeah, the prices are pretty amazing, and the shipping was nothing, I think, to Japan. I'm not sure what the U.S. and there's probably U.S. distributors as well. But so you may be able to get a good deal on shipping. Yeah, but I've been and they've got a lot of people are using Anycubic printer, so there's a lot of support, a lot of forums, and a lot of support for things, which is better than some of the more obscure brands. You may even be able to find something cheaper, but then it's not going to have the same user base. But yeah, Anycubic has been good. Things are packaged really well. They arrived very intact and not damaged. I've had some stuff from China come pretty smashed up, which is really rare because that doesn't happen in Japanese mail, so it has to happen on the China side of things. But yeah, Anycubic packs and ships stuff well. It's mostly like board game stuff that I've gotten from China with huge, holes in the side of the box, like something pierced the side of the box. And if they didn't put a lot of support or a lot of protection inside, then you get damaged contents very easily. So that's happened with like some Kickstarter board games and stuff. But yeah, but Anycubic has been good. Oh, and so I think as far as like entry level stuff, they're probably one of the best to like your first printer, because everybody that I know in Japan, everybody ordered from them, and it may be because they have really good advertising on Japanese or on websites, in Japan. Because I forget I forget the sale when I bought mine, but it was some funny holiday sale, but the price was like crazy. It was like $170 or something. I was like, whoa, what? Or no, that was the I forget, but it was really, really cheap. It was like so far under 200. I couldn't believe how low the price had gotten, because I was still thinking back when I was still early on looking at 3D printers, everything was like, oh, it's just under $1,000. That's great. But yeah, now they're under 200. Yeah, and since I was looking too, I'm sure they have a new model for the resin. So you might even be able to get an even bigger, I don't know what the sizes of things that you want to print, but you may even be able to get even bigger build plates, build spaces. But then of course that's more material. Yeah, so and I think too for resin, it's important to knock out as much of the interior as you can, because you can print solid resin easily, but it's expensive, much more expensive than PLA. All right. Yeah, I don't know the breakdown, but I think the resin comes in like liter bottles, and I think that goes much faster than the kilogram of plastic. So per piece, it can be a lot more. All right. Yeah, I don't know why I keep drawing the same. I guess I'm trying to draw a paper bag, rolled up paper bag. All right. Yeah, probably anything like over 200 is going to have probably a really huge build surface. So that's good, and that's probably the most recent version. Yeah, because I forget that the 200, but my FDM printer, it's not very big. It's I think it's like 8 inches by 8. It's like an 8-inch cube, more or less, maybe a little bit taller than a cube. But that's okay. But for some builds, especially if you're doing like real world scale stuff, you have to do it in pieces and figure out how stuff is going to fit in that little space. So yeah, 409. That's probably a decent. That's probably a really big build size, so you can do decent sized stuff. Because I think anything like 10 inches up to a foot. Oh hey, thank you for what? Where's my alert box? Is it not wired? Thank you. I just heard something. So for me, 3D printing was just for like scatter terrain and things for wargaming. So like for tabletop wargaming, or even stuff for like RPGs, because you can print like dungeon tile sets and stuff. Yeah. Wait, what happened to my? I heard the sound, but I didn't see anything. Did that notification go? Yeah, maybe. Sorry, I totally missed it. It should have been right there. Well, thank you for the for the thing that just happened. God damn. Let me check. Cool. Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you mostly gonna do with the resin printer K5? Is it gonna be for is it gonna be for parts like emblems and logos and stuff for trucks, or what was or like prototyping? I guess prototyping parts. What happened to the notification? I had this all fixed at home, and now it's not working here. Let me try to get. There we go. Hey, Revucumber, thanks for stopping by on the stream. Let me check and see what what I was just notified of. I don't have everything open as I usually do. So Twitch isn't open, or Streamlabs. So let me see what that was. But anyhow, yeah, it's weird. Photoshop runs great on this old computer, but Chrome does not at all, which is hysterical. I mean, just they can't help themselves. They have to keep like bloating. That was the original Internet Explorer, original Netscape, everything. They just bloat it until it barely runs with everything they want to put in there. So now Chrome is a bloated mess. I'm sure there's ways to like limit what it's doing, and I've got probably way too many extensions that I don't need. But yeah, as far as opening a web page, man. All right. Oh, new follower. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, new follower. I totally didn't see any graphics at all. I just heard the sound. Thanks. So I appreciate that if that was on Twitch. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of different... Oh, thanks. Much appreciated. It's been hard through mask wearing and everything to have a beard in Japan. Thank you, Toshiro Star. Yeah. Okay, let me see here. There we go. But yeah, so that should be cool. And I think they're doing different resin, different hardnesses of resin and stuff. The only thing, what did I hear? Yeah, with the photo resin, yeah, I forget what the biggest difference is, because melted plastic, because you can, for the FDM printers, there's so many types of plastic you can use. Some printers can't do everything, but there's ABS and all kinds of stuff that can actually handle some pretty good stress, so you can make stuff that can handle a little bit of weight and pressure. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's different. I haven't researched enough with the photo resins if you can get really like high tensile strength photo resin or not. I'm sure though you probably can if they're doing them. If they're using them for fingernails, I'm sure that UV resin should be. There we go. Thanks, SVA. Oh yeah, that's right, the orange. The orange is the notification, the big W. Yeah, I changed that finally from the zombie. Thanks for the follow. And yeah, thank you to the previous one as well. I totally missed that. Let me get my Twitch open as well. All right. See that slowly loading. Okay. Yeah, so what am I doing on this side? Yeah, without coffee, I'm definitely feeling less inspired. And probably less talkative as well. Yeah, it was weird. So I had some just lessons, just kind of conversation lessons, were just like a free conversation just for people to practice their kind of small talk. So for work or whatever, if they have to speak with native English speakers, they're able to kind of speak at a normal rate, more natural rate, and have some topics of conversation. But oof, everything we were talking about this week was so depressing. It was really bad. So I was getting really bummed out doing that, because it's just hard to talk about the same thing. I mean, for the past 6 months, it's just been the same thing over and over again. There we go. Nice. So, love these responsive, websites that if you the window's too small, it just closes everything off. Great. Yeah, that's really funny. When everything resizes on a website and it just makes certain things disappear, especially chat windows always. If a window's small, just there's no chat, you can't read it. It doesn't put it below or anything, it just disappears. Oh, there we go. All right, sorry, I'm finally bringing up Streamlabs to see what's going on. Oh, there we go. All right, so hopefully if I miss the alert, I can see. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. So no green screen, so I'm just in a little window again. Nice. Oh, thanks. So yeah, 420 Naruto 666. Thanks for the follow. Nice name. You kind of got it all in there. All right. There we go. It's nice. Nice nighttime gardening at night. The coffee beans from cat. I have not tried that. That's funny. I heard. I thought there was like a monkey version or something. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, yeah. There is some kind of. Yeah. Oh, what was it? It was a rare. It's a rare coffee that like was from, yeah, like cats or lemurs or something, and then once it became popular, or once it became this like because something happened to the beans, going through the digestive system of the animals. But then once it became popular, they started to cage the animals and force feed them coffee so they could produce more of those beans. So yeah, it became a little a little questionable as far as the practice. I forget what that was though. I remember that though. I've never had that. Ah, nice. Nice. Oh, excellent. Yeah, tomatoes from my garden. Oh, those are the best. Yeah, I've got some neighbors that are growing, like just in little pots, are growing tomatoes on the side of their house, and this is we're getting to the season where they're all coming in. Yeah, that's the best. And yeah, anything. I just remember as a kid, like green beans and cucumbers and tomatoes from the garden were amazing. And that was like one of the things as a kid, you were like, oh, I don't like this vegetable, I don't like that vegetable. But when you have a homegrown version that actually tastes like something, I think that's the problem when you're a kid. Like a big hothouse tomato from the grocery store is big and squishy and like doesn't taste like anything, so it's just all texture and wetness. But when you actually have a homegrown tomato that has some flavor to it, you're like, oh, that's why people eat these things. Yeah, I remember changing my opinion a lot as a kid from the garden grown stuff. All right. Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. That's a good height. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's funny as a kid. There's so many things that you're sensitive to, texture wise. Like instantly, you're just like, no, I don't want to eat this. I don't want to eat this. It's funny, and maybe that's why like American kids love all the processed food so much, because it's all so soft and easy to eat. No upsetting textures. But yeah, that's true. There's something that you're instantly repulsed by things as a kid. Maybe just because your mouth is so much more sensitive. Because they talk about the refined palate or mature palate. So as you get older, you can drink, aged whiskey and enjoy cigars and stuff. Whereas a kid, you're just like, oh, this is just poison. So maybe that's a big part of it, is you lose sensitivity. Oh, nice. Fried green tomatoes. I don't think I've ever. No, I think maybe I have. That's a southern dish. I've got an aunt that does a lot of southern cooking. I may have had that from her. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, tomatoes are just such a weird, especially as a kid, a weird combination of textures. They got that kind of hard, smooth skin, and then the weird fleshy part, and then just goo and seeds in little chambers in the fleshy part. So it's like, am I eating a fruit? Am I eating a vegetable? I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, my daughter, my youngest daughter, does not like tomatoes. Her aunt doesn't ever, even as an adult, won't eat tomatoes. Like, of course, tomato sauce or tomato soup is fine, but fresh tomatoes, never gonna happen. All right, what was I was thinking pizza box, but that's not quite big and wide enough. Maybe. All right. Yeah, there's so many things like eating them canned, because we mostly, had the very American grocery shopping style where you shopped like once a week and ate a lot of frozen and canned food. And so many canned vegetables as a kid were just, ugh, what's going on? They were kind of gray, like canned peas. That was, I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, canned peas were always my least favorite thing as a kid. But like fresh green peas, and even frozen's a little bit better. But that weird grayish green that canned peas turn into, that was always disturbing to me as a kid. I think, I've already done, I'm sure it won't be the exact same idea, but I've already done the little thing that keeps the box open. Yeah, now let's not do this. Let's think of something else. Oh, we could do an Uber Eats joke. Yeah, there's so many, mostly bicycles. It's like bicycles and scooters now in Japan delivering Uber Eats. I think they're taking over, and especially during these the times where restaurants are trying to survive by doing delivery or carry out and now delivery. And Japanese people aren't so sensitive to price, so if they're paying almost double to have food delivered, it's fine. Yeah, that's the thing too. You see the Uber Eats in Japan like standing in line in McDonald's all the time. Like, who's paying like $30 to have McDonald's delivered to their house? I mean, I guess at 3 a.m. I might feel a little weak, and that could actually seem reasonable. There's been dark nights like that, but yeah, it's very funny. Just for lunch or something, I couldn't imagine when you have so many other choices. All right, so here's some kind of delivery backpack. Maybe not that. All right. Yeah, but that's the worst job. That's got to be, apart from maybe taxi driver, that has to be one of the worst jobs in Japan, because good luck finding addresses here. It's just so random, and so it just doesn't make any sense. So you're basically if you have a difficult place to find, you're basically getting phone calls every time you order delivery food, and you have to explain where you are. Okay, there we go. Uber Eats versus pizza delivery. That sounds good. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Canned peas, yeah, mac and cheese and like tuna is decent. Like, yeah, that's the other weird thing too, is I've eaten so much fresh fish here, and basically only seafood I ate as a kid was, chicken of the sea, the canned oily tuna fish. So that's really funny to think about that, because I don't think I've had that style. I haven't had any canned fish here in a long time. They do make a lot. There's a lot. You can get sardines and a lot of pickled herring and stuff. in Japan, but yeah, I don't eat much of that because there's so much good fresh stuff. But yeah, that's funny. Thinking about the oh boy, maybe plant food. Yeah, it's funny thinking about like frozen fish sticks and canned tuna fish were the only thing that I ate seafood wise. And yeah, and when my parents visited, my mother specifically visited Japan, yeah, she wasn't having it at all. Didn't even want to try. And I guess, you know, once you get to a certain age, it's not like you want to experiment with food anymore. But yeah, she wasn't interested in anything. Oh, so that's where I... Oh, sorry. That's where I got it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I don't think we need this. Yeah, it can just be this odd collection of vases and plants. Yeah, this is an older version I haven't updated because I was worried the older computer is not going to be able to handle newer Photoshop. So this is like some older version of Photoshop, and it's funny, the keyboard and everything is totally different. Oh, this one. All right. Yeah, so maybe some dead flowers. Oh no. Ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound comfortable. That's going to make for a very sore back. All right. There we go. Yeah, so everything's a little slightly different here, so it's slowing me down as far as moving stuff around. All right. Something like that. I shouldn't resize these until I finish drawing. Quilt on a treadmill. That's a good. That's a very productive way to. I don't know what that would produce as far as quilts. All right. Yeah, missed you, K5. I always enjoy you in chat. Always very funny, funny stuff. Oh, and all right. So let's try to color some of this. Yeah, what happened? That was the last thing I heard is oh no, the last thing I read was that Oracle, I think, like Microsoft was rejected or outbid. Maybe Microsoft was outbid. They were outbid by Oracle for TikTok. That's a weird company to do they even own any like consumer, like not like enterprise based software or technology. It seems like a very odd choice. But I'm sure they're not gonna. They'll just hire somebody else to, or no, I guess the original, whoever was already running the North American side of things will continue. But yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I read a couple of, the last thing I read was Oracle, and then after that I saw that the CCP was saying, yeah, you can't have our company, so they're trying to reject or refuse the sale of the North American version of TikTok. I have no idea, though. That was probably a week ago, so I have no idea where things stand. But yeah, last thing I saw was Oracle was going to buy TikTok. That's very strange. All right, not green. Yeah, maybe some kind of pale pink for a vase. That's a little hot. There we go. Yeah, it's so cool to yeah, and I was just worried too. I was hoping that everything was okay, because the last time I heard from you, you were talking about yeah, you were waiting for the check and trying to get, well, your phone, or no, internet, the house internet going again, and so I was worried that got more difficult. Oh, that was a weird thing. The new prime minister, so Abe, Shinzo Abe, stepped down as for health reasons as prime minister of Japan, and his kind of second in command is taking over. And the first thing that he was talking about is trying to reduce the cost for phones. I'm not sure if that means like landlines in your house, or if it's will also involve wireless, like cell phones and things, cell phone carriers, because they're really, they're crazy expensive. In Japan, that's a pretty big expense for everybody. Our phones, and that would be interesting if he was going to try to, fight the telecom companies and keep things a little more reasonable, because there might be some kind of predatory. I'm not old enough to have tried to be tricked by them, but there must be some kind of predatory tactics that a lot of the companies are using for older people that still, think they need a landline and don't rely on their cell phones completely. So I wonder if that's what it's based on. I haven't heard, but yeah, interesting first thing to focus on when there's much worse things in the world right now. All right, I have no idea where this is going, so I think I want to do some lighter stuff. Oh, no, it's doing that scroll thing again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as like, I think for like home security systems and stuff, like alarm systems, I think you're always going to need a landline. I don't know if you can rely enough on cell phone signal for like protecting the house and stuff. What's going on here? So I'm curious, because so many people, I mean, it's not an automatic thing anymore, and especially because it's so difficult, like, moving into a new apartment or whatever, it's always a pain in the ass to change things over. So if you don't have to do that, I don't know, cell phones are just not reliable enough, I think. Just like, you want to have the hardline internet if you can, because only relying on Wi-Fi sometimes is a little unpredictable or frustrating. So I don't know. I'm curious if they'll, if we'll ever be able to completely cut cords with phone companies as well. Yeah, I hope that's not. But yeah, you never know. That's the funny thing about Japan. You always have to be suspicious when something becomes, unpopular, kind of demonized. Like, who made a deal? Like, is it actually the cell phone companies that are saying, yeah, don't. We can take care of everything. Give us all the business and no more landlines. Because Japan they move very slowly, but once something is decided, like this is how things are going to be, the changeover is really fast. Because for a long time, Japanese internet was pretty slow. And then like the fastest, like ISDN lines were the fastest thing and very expensive. And then just suddenly, Japan did fiber everywhere and everybody had access to fiber. And then speeds got, insanely better just overnight for internet. So when they decide to do something, it happens pretty quick. So I'm curious. Yeah, that would be really weird if they're doing some, favor, some political favor for somebody. But the companies themselves are really terrible in Japan. The cell phone companies are really bad. Dealing with the, just like in the U.S., I'm sure, but dealing with the physically going into the shop, which you have to in almost every situation. They tried to make some things, possible on the website, but often it's not the case. There's very little you can do on the website, so you have to go in and deal with the idiocy of the staff, and yeah, that's really painful. But it takes forever. You basically lose a day if you want to change phones or update your plan or whatever, and it's not something you can do online. All right, this is looking plant-like. Well, I can tone this down a little bit, but let's try this. Yeah, maybe a little bit down. All right. Yeah, but I don't think, if you don't have to do it, I think very few people will want to get a landline, because that's still where people are allowed to call you. Like, people are still allowed to harass you. Oh, that's the weird thing too, is in Japan, fax machine like sales call, or I guess they're just spam basically. Fax machines are allowed to be called for sales reasons, and so if you've had a fax machine turned off for a while, and there are still fax machines in Japan, but if you've had them, some businesses that are still using them for sending back and forth contracts and things. But if you have one turned off, but it still is able to receive data, and you turn it back on, you have to print like all of the ad spam that to clear the memory that people have been sending. I mean, maybe that's not so true anymore. There are very few fax machines, and I'm sure they hopefully work a little better. But that was the funny thing when I was first in Japan, is how many like Hawaiian vacation ads and stuff would hit your fax machine. So always, if you just set things to auto print to receive stuff, they were taking advantage of that. The telemarketers, that's the term, were taking advantage of that and just spamming you with all kinds of stuff. So especially in an office, if they got a hold of your office fax number, the tray or the roll of paper or whatever from the fax machine would just be full. I guess plain paper fax became pretty standard a long time ago, but that stuff was all full of just ads, because it wasn't illegal to do that. All right. Oh, maybe bigger. So that was very funny to see that. All right. Something, something. Oops. So maybe do the... I don't know, something like this. All right. So different ways to kill plants. All right. And, oh, that's right. Pizza versus other. Other kinds of delivery. Much lighter than that. Maybe I'll just go super white and then try to do inside cardboard color. So what color is this delivery bag? We'll just make it very green, I guess. Even though I think all the Uber Eats bags are black, but we're not specifically. Let's see. Oh yeah, maybe let's do this. So it's like bands of... Oh wait. What's going on here? Oh, jeez, I'm filling the wrong layer. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Let's work on the correct layer. Oh, so even the pizza boxes. Oh no, that's fine. Weird. Okay, let's try this again. So maybe, yeah, just do like green stripes. Oh, yeah, so the pizza box as well. Well, that was a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, so maybe... This or... Yeah, maybe that. And try the box again. Okay. And then something for the zipper. Oh, yeah, yeah, she loves it. Yeah. Yeah, she was playing it. It's not... Is it on the... I don't think it's on the Switch yet. Or what last time we checked, it wasn't on the Switch. So I downloaded it for the PS4. And it was like one of the free games, I think, for PS4. And I think they gave you some default costumes or something if you downloaded it from the PlayStation. But yeah, she was playing that for a while. She likes that. There's a new game too. What's it called? Something odd. But they're kind of trying to take advantage. I think it's a Korean game, trying to take advantage of the Splatoon popularity of Splatoon. So it's a little, it's like a cartoon fighter, like a brawler, Ninja Garo or something like that. But she was playing that for a little bit. Her friends. It's a free to play with. Some sort of shop. But she was playing that a while with friends, but definitely not as well designed as Splatoon, but more of a brawler. And I think a lot of her classmates are still playing Fortnite too. Oh, that'll never stop, I'm sure. Young kids, yeah. That seems to be their jam, is Fortnite, the trashiness of Fortnite. What's going on? Ugh, I don't know what I'm making some really weird mistakes here. I guess because the keyboard is so different between the two versions. I thought it would be better, but I guess I've gotten used to the other one. Weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's not dark enough. All right. Should do some kind of, some kind of logo. All right. Yeah, it's really fun, and it's crazy, because they can put so many characters on the screen at the same time. It's funny, the physics of the shoving match of it are pretty great, and you can be really mean and be pushing people off the platform, or you can just be kind of in this weird pile of tumbling players. But yeah, they did a good job with it. It's got a lot of charm to it and a lot of funny, crazy costumes and stuff to keep, to make people feel like they're expressing themselves as their character, or at least, having rare or unique looking characters. Something. There we go. The pizza logo that looks like a 6. Fade this out a little bit. Okay, and maybe some Uber type logo. Yeah, there we go. Not a W or a U. Okay. Let me fix this a little bit. Yeah, I think like games like Splatoon and Fall Guy are nice because they have a, there's a roughness to them, but it's like softened by the childlike. Because you're basically shoving people off platforms to their death, but it's cute and bouncy, so it doesn't feel like that. And Splatoon, even though it's you're mostly supposed to be shooting the ground, you're like shooting each other, but it's not. It's paintballs, so they specifically are like taking the violence out of it, which is funny because I think when people were very early on playing Fortnite, they were doing it for the building and kind of social play of it, and so you'd have players that wouldn't be shooting back or wouldn't be competing. They would just be kind of messing around with their friends, and I think they started like some sort of mode to facilitate that a little bit more. Maybe some green on the logo. Is that here? Yeah. Yeah, we'll make this look a little bit more like a pizza logo. There we go. So not just a red 6. Okay. Oh, where's the black? There we go. Maybe a little bit bigger. All right. Feeling competitive. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that backpack is quite big enough. I've seen those bags on the back of the delivery guys are gigantic, but yeah, I won't worry about the scale. I think it'll come across. Okay, so drawn and colored. So let's take I guess we can look at comments real quick. Let me just check my phone. All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's take a look at comments from last week. All right. Oh, that's right. I don't have a good way to move this over, though. That's right. That was the nice part about 3 monitors is... Come on. Whoa, infinite everything. Oh, you can see all the processes I'm running too. Okay, wait a minute here. I have to be able to see... Sorry, just hold on. Hold on a minute here. Okay. So this is the thing that I need to move to the other monitor. Okay. So, oh yeah, now that I'm not green screen, I'm blocking a lot more of the screen. Can I get rid of this? Well, anyhow, I'll have to read you the part that I'm blocking here. So this was, yeah, last week, September 10th. So he would never be enough beverage for all this salty takeout. Ooh, more fast food and delivery. So there's a comment down here if Chrome will ever cooperate. Okay. 10 likes, all right. So make him a diet pop and supersize him. Am I logged in? Let's see. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry. Chrome is running really... No, I'm not signed in. It's running really garbage. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Wow. Yeah, Chrome is really slow. Let's go back one more. Come on. Yeah, it's running really badly. I think it's one of those things I should just shut down completely before I start working. Like restart just to clear Chrome out. This is ridiculous. All right. Oh, hey, who is that? Oh, come on. Here is the double chat on the screen here. Oh yeah, this is just another way to display chat. Okay, so slowly. Oh, this is amazing. Hey, Joe. All right. Nice. Good to see you. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, so here's the previous one. So the author's untimely death made the 4th and final novel a little thin. And... Box Entertainment are DVDs. Oh, yeah, that got some love, too. I buy books singly, yes. I think that's a good way to do it, unless there's a TV series or something based on them. All right, so let's try one random. The internet is running, or the browser's running so slow, it might not be worth doing it. Oh, here's an oldie, 2008. Ooh, 7 comments. There could be something pretty brutal in here. After long periods of winter weather, he always worried about getting it up in the spring. Anyhow, oh, let's see if I got the... Oh. Yeah, right. That's cold. Can you say little blue pill? If it stays for more than 4 months, see your doctor. Quick call the feds. We've been invaded by spam. Oh. Wow, yeah. Oh, this never got reported or anything. Does Aiden work for a payday loan company? That's funny. That's so weird. 11-year-old spam on the comment section. Oh, no, they're gone. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's good. They took something out as their report feature now. Cool. So somebody was spamming payday loans. That's terrible. Wow, so that's why there's so many comments, because people are commenting about being spammed. Yeah, I think this was before this new redesign where they kind of improved all the social, or the the comment section and everything. That happened like 2010 or 11. So it's early stuff, and I think that's why a lot of people didn't see a lot of the early stuff. It's just because the discovery wasn't very good. The paper cut felt that he could handle this this one on his own. All right. That's a funky looking Sharpie drawing. Oh, just the little tie. Next time, mistakenly thought being clip-on would solve most of his problems. 2005, 2006. Ooh, birth control pills. There we go. In these uncertain times, she was uncomfortable with the name, The Pill. All right. One considered the discarded aftermath of multiple paper airplane making. No one considered the discarded aftermath of multiple paper airplane making. And last one, 2006. A can of gasoline was full of self-loathing for his part in the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I forget. That might have been a wildfire joke, actually. Or wildfire reference. Yeah, I forget. There was something specific I think I was addressing using a gas can. But it might have been a wildfire thing, because I was definitely in Southern California. Anyhow, okay, well, that's enough wacky, Sharpie looking. So let's see if I can switch windows again here. Back to the drawing. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll do... Oh, hey, yeah. So sorry, it was just a schedule thing, Joe. Sorry, I was missing the chat there. Yeah, just a weird schedule thing and a bunch of appointments and stuff that I had to do on the day that I usually stream. And by the time I could get either to the office or back home, it was going to be, ridiculously late. So I don't think anybody would have been online. So I just thought, I'd try to do it today at a more reasonable hour. Oh, yeah. Yeah, is everybody doing okay? That's right, because we had Yum last week was evacuating. She was in Oregon or Northern California. Yeah, so I hope everyone is doing okay. Those this a little bit bigger. That's always really scary, and particularly nothing. Yeah, maybe here. Yeah. For some reason, things are even more out of control than usual. Oh, they have caught a couple of crazy homeless people setting fires. I saw a couple of news stories about that. All right. No. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Shiny plant leaves. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw the. There was somebody took some drone footage of San Francisco. Yeah, and it looked. And I think somebody even put the Vangelis music over it, because it looked exactly like a scene from Blade Runner. It's so creepy. And that air quality thing, it's like there's so much smoke particles and stuff in the air. It's got to be insane. All right. Good. Okay. So I guess I'll do writing as the last part. Yeah, I'll do that as the at last. But yeah, so let's do the convenience store little part now, so I can get to the writing. Do I still have? Oh, and I have the music on this one. Yeah, let's see if the camera is working okay. All right. So yeah, back to the convenience store graphics because I'm at the office. I should upload these so I can set this up at home as well. All right. So something funny that I found. So it's the beginning of fall. And I guess, yeah, pumpkins are like late summer, early fall. So Japanese pumpkins are little green, very sweet and tender, but little green kind of gourds looking little gourds. And one popular thing to do with them, along with potatoes, is make croquet. They say the Japanese is croquet, but they're croquetas, the little deep fried little kind of I don't know, like they're not like pancakes. They're a little rounder, but yeah, I can just show you. Like, so it's this thing behind the logo here, or behind the text here, is so it's a deep fried little potato, or in this case pumpkin ball. So you cook, and so it's either mashed or pressed pumpkin or potato, and then sometimes there's ground beef in it too, or you can put onions or something in it, but kind of like a modified, I'm trying to think of what the other, like another version is, like a modified potato pancake, or like a big fried hash brown. That's right, like a hash brown, but more smooth inside, and then deep fried. So this is the pumpkin version, and I thought it was really funny because they're trying to recreate. So this would be a big fried kind of potato thing, and in this case pumpkin, but they made a snack that's a version of those. So it's always these weird, sorry, it's probably really loud, these weird little simulation snacks. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is what they're trying to imitate. This is a photo of the actual thing, and so this is the pumpkin version. So usually this is potato or ground beef, and this is a pumpkin snack version. Oh wow. Wow. It's pumpkin, and they do this really weird thing where the outside is a little harder and crunchier and the inside is softer. So they're imitating the actual like fried, you know how you eat a hash brown and the outside is crispy and inside's a little softer, and they're imitating that inside the snack. So I wasn't ready for that at all. And it's just mildly pumpkin flavor. So Japanese pumpkin, you can just eat it. You can eat the skin and eat it directly, or just have it steamed or boiled. But it's very sweet and naturally sweet, but very nice. So it's in salads and all sorts of different combinations of things, and even tempura. I think even they fry it or cook it in tempura. So this is the wow. Yeah, I should have. Oh, there's the warning right there that inside the snack it's some little weird soft thing. But this is also, so this is of course the outline of the prefecture of Hokkaido. So that northernmost prefecture is where all the vegetables and where they keep all the farms. So all the cows and the potatoes and pumpkins and things come from. Wow, very strange though, because it's a weird simulation snack. So it tastes like a fried thing, but it's soft in the middle, so it's a little creepy. Oh yeah, here you go. There's a cross section. Yeah, so there's like pumpkin, like gooey pumpkin inside. So it's as odd as I thought it would be. It's not very tasty. I'm glad the bag is really tiny. It's like strangely pumpkin flavored. So it's okay. The outside is like breading. It's like the usual breading for like fried chicken or whatever. But the inside is kind of like breadcrumbs. But the inside is this weird smashed pumpkin kind of flavor, but very mild. So something else is mixed with it. Wow. That is really bizarre. So I was, I was thinking it would be, and I was hoping it would be better. But yeah, these are the so kabocha. Oh, sorry, this side. Kabocha is pumpkin. So these are, if you ever hear the term kabocha. Oh, I think in Archer, if you watched Archer, that was Pam's Pam's Yakuza nickname was like the white pumpkin or something. So she was like Shiro Kabocha or something. But kabocha is the word for pumpkin. So this is kabocha croquet. But it's a weird snack version of them. Yeah, it's really, really weird. But it's always very hit or miss. So this is kind of very, very seasonal thing, and I don't think this is going to stick around for long because it's really bizarre. Oh, so it's the Sozai. So maybe a collaboration with the company that does the pumpkin, and probably based in Hokkaido. Yeah, based in Hokkaido. And then the Uha, the company that does a lot of snacks and candies and stuff with that little comatose or that little like freaked out looking little guy. Like that's their logo. I don't know what's going on with that little dude's face, but he's just, it doesn't look like he enjoys anything that he's ever eaten. But they do make a lot of candy and snacks. And so these are bizarre. I would not, unless you're a huge Japanese pumpkin fan, I would not recommend trying them. They're very odd. This is just like we were talking about. Weird textures and tastes and stuff. I was not expecting that kind of mashed pumpkin texture inside. Oof. Those are brutal. But yes, but at a restaurant, if you ever have those home cooked at a restaurant, the croquets are very good. And I think that's something, because it's not a Japanese word, so I think that's something they had imported from, I don't know, Portuguese or something. It's a weird, they have a lot of weird foreign influences for foods. And a lot of them are Portuguese. I'm not sure if this one is, but yeah, so they're little like potato pancakes or hash browns that are fried. And they don't make a very good, the simulation of them as a snack is not very good. But the real version, especially right out of the oil, right after they're cooked, are really good. I think that's the only thing that my Japanese wife cooked that my in-laws, or her in-laws, my family could ever eat, because everything else she would cook would have some sort of seafood base to it. But that's the only thing she ever made is the croquets that were ground beef and potato. Oof, yeah, those are funky. That's a really weird. I think when they try a little too hard, like, 'cause I remember like a year ago or so, I had those gummies that were a simulation of like a grape. So the outside was tough like a skin and the inside was soft like the flesh of a grape. So sometimes when they do that, it's successful, and other times it's really creepy. So somebody in a laboratory thought they were doing a good job. Sorry. Yeah, I should sit back. Sorry, when I'm eating things, I should sit back a little bit. So I realized I was like, if depending on where you're watching this, my giant head is wincing at snack foods. All right. Well, let's get back to writing these crazy things. Actually, some extra flavor or some dip would definitely help a lot, because yeah, and actually that's the thing you do. The croquets, they have the you usually put some sort of sauce you would use for pork or beef on those as well to give them a little extra flavor. Yeah, they definitely need some sort of additional flavor. But I think they're supposed, because it's a fake snack, it's supposed to be eaten like that. It's just funky. Yeah, that's really weird. Anyhow, yeah, so sometimes the simulation goes a little too far. Okay. So pizza was losing. Losing its hold, its monopoly, its pizza's dominance, pizza's delivery pizza. Yeah, Yeah, that's right. Exactly, Joe. The coating on those is very much like onion rings. Yeah, it has that same thing. Yeah, that would be, if they tried to make a snack that simulated that, that would be equally as bizarre as however they would try to make something taste like a cooked onion inside. Because this was simulating like cooked, like mashed pumpkin. Yeah, very strange. I hope it is pumpkin. It must be, because if they collaborated with an actual grower of pumpkins. But oof, that was a weird one. Yeah, and I can't. There's a few things that I'm definitely too timid at the convenience store to. It would have to be I'd have to do some sort of goal, some sort of donation goal to torture myself with some of those snacks. Yeah, like I was saying, the fermented soybean, like the really stinky, slimy beans. They have those as snacks, like some kind of coated version of them. That's got to be brutal. Oh, okay. Yeah, so if anything can be delivered, what did that make? What happened to the pizza's unique? Pizza suddenly felt much less special, unique as a delivery food. FUD. Pizza suddenly felt much less unique as a delivery food. Delivery food. Uniqueness of pizza. Oh, yeah. It's supposed to. Yeah, the scale is a little wrong, isn't it? Yeah, but that's supposed to be the insulated backpack for. Maybe I should just write Uber Eats on the bag so people know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, maybe just Eats might work. Where is that logo? There it is. Yeah, maybe just something that's a little more identifiable. Where is that? It's here. Okay. Yeah, I won't use a brand name. There we go. So people will have some idea. Yeah, it's really crazy popular here. I wonder how that's... The pizza was never going to fit. Oh, yeah, so I should... Yeah, I guess I'm not getting that across, am I? Yeah. How is... without having it open, there's no way to show that there's other food in there. Oh, and I can even maybe do a blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Blah, 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 eats. All right. That's right, because they do use these, though. Those big bags, those big insulated bags for pizza as well. Yeah, something. Uber Eats, right? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, do like a parody and misspelling of it. Yeah, the scale of that should be much bigger, shouldn't it? Hunger Eats, that's good. Yeah, Eats, I like that. Eats. Yeah, maybe that's a good to totally take it out of the where is that? Here? Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh, that's why it was already toned down. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, totally weird spelling. It's going to make it even more confusing, though. I like that eats. Whatever eats. Okay, so yeah, pizza losing its specialness. Yeah, if everything is being delivered, yeah. Yeah, let me think about that. There's probably a better way to try to express what's going on there. Oh, this one as well. Yeah, just about plants dying in a different way. Seem to be cruelly. That's an awkward. What is that? The inevitable prolonging. Vegetable plant death. Prolonging. To be only prolonging two spaces. They seem to be only prolonging the inevitable plant death. Maybe more active and less direct, or less, or more direct. They were only prolonging the inevitable plant death. Yeah, so it's the idea is vases versus planters or whatever, but I don't know how clear that is. They were only prolonging the inevitable plant death. Nice. Uber. Oh, double O is good too. Uber, as in double O. Uber Eats. Maybe I should do the full thing. I'm going to steal a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. Yeah, I think the... where is that? Here. There it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to steal that from you, K5. That's a good idea. So that there's no confusion about... Whoops. There's no confusion about what this is supposed to be. It's totally parody, like a... what, Garbage Pail Kid? Oh. Yeah, I guess that's okay. There we go. Uber Eats. Yeah, smash those together a little bit. All right. Yeah, I like that. I like that misspelling. All right. They were only prolonging the inevitable plant death. Yeah, that's as good as that joke is going to get. Yikes. Oh, but I could do something a little better on this, this side here. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's true. I can Make it a little more of a gradient there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so they were only prolonging the inevitable plant death. That's as good as that drawing is going to get. But is there a better way to talk about? I could. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I can without recoloring it. Well, I could do, let me see, turn all this off, make a new layer, and just boom, put that there. The line's going to get really thick, though, is the only problem, because it's not vector, it's just pixels. So if I enlarge it, whoop, okay, if I enlarge it, it will make the lines thicker too. But I can try. Yeah, I can try. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's not too thick. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, the pizza doesn't need to fit in it. It's just like the opposing forces of... I can do a little animation. Yeah, the line is pretty thick now, but I think because of the dark bag, it doesn't look too much too strange. But I think I want to fix those eyes, though. The eyes got kind of weird. So just do this. And one more layer. There we go. Now the eyes aren't drawn, aren't elongated. All right. So yeah, so something about feeling special, or he didn't want to be delivery food anymore. Pizza wanted to stop being delivered. Yeah, but I think that worked. K5, I think that worked pretty well. Yeah, because that's got 4 eyes. I think that was just so small, no one's going to be able to realize it. And so big enough like that. Yeah, and I'm also, this is also a very Japanese thing, because I think in the US that's probably not so common. People on scooters delivering. Uber Eats is probably not everywhere. Yeah, but something about the frustration of being delivery food, or the, no longer being the only delivery food. All right. Well, I guess if people read the bag and get the joke of what that's supposed to be, then that makes okay sense. Felt much less unique. The dark and bumpy ride. Yeah, so, or something about, like, the most bizarre thing that would be delivered in a Uber Eats bag. If they're delivering steak or steak on lobster, then, what good was pizza? Let's see. Much less unique, or much more taken for granted, ignored, or much less appreciated. Yeah, maybe appreciated is better. As I suddenly felt, and maybe not suddenly, just felt much less appreciated with 2 P's and not an O and not a slash. Jeez, my fingers are all over the place. Pizza felt much less appreciated as a delivery food. When everything can be delivered, then pizza isn't. I like the scared pizza. Yeah, if everything can be delivered, then what's so special about pizza? Much less appreciated as a delivery food. Tomato soup. Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I talked about that before. Or maybe I can find a... no, not here. Not with this slow-moving Chrome. I can't pull stuff off the internet very quickly, but yeah, they have that strange contraption for delivering bowls of ramen. Yeah, so you can put it on the back of a scooter, and it's suspended, so it moves freely depending on the bumps or the angle of the scooter. Doesn't matter because there's a little shock absorber, and it just is hanging suspended, so it's always level, and it never feels the shock of the road. But it still must, like momentum, if you stop suddenly, it would still spill. So yeah, you must just have to drive a very consistent speed would be the only thing, because shocks wouldn't hurt it, and the scooter wouldn't hurt it, but definitely sudden stop would still spill your soup everywhere. But I think they've got some lid or some plastic on them or something. All right. They were only prolonging the inevitable plant death. That sounds like a much older one. And pizza felt much less appreciated as a delivery food. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, UK. Beats exactly like the thing you can put a camera or even I think your iPhone on that totally keeps it, it does anti-shake and everything. You don't get any of the... Yeah, but it's a really old. I think it's from like the 50s or 60s. It's a very old and it just looks like mechanical and very, very analog, very old school, and just a big swing for a bowl of soup. Yes, exactly. Yeah, gimbal stabilizer. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry, I wish I could bring up a picture, but my browser runs like garbage. Yeah, exactly. Like a Steadicam, like what a Steadicam harness does. It just keeps things from moving around and ruining the image. So it does the same thing for soup. What's going on here? Oh, wait. Oh, I combined layers. Oh, that's right. This is just on its own thing now. I forgot. Yeah, see, I do some little trick to save some time, and then I forget exactly what I did. There we go. A little bit smoother. Yeah, when I made it bigger, it showed how rough that line was. So... yeah, it's crazy. They have, and Japan just loves problem solving. I think there's so many minds in Japan that just live to figure out how to do something better, like how to, how would you deliver a bowl of ramen? And they, come up with some device that would actually do that. Or they have all of the time the really silly things in the 100 yen shop. So like the dollar stores here will have some kind of funny inventions that have just been around in Japan forever, and one of them is like a shower cap that is just like a big brim of a hat. It's kind of corrugated, or it has a channel to it, it has a bumpy texture to it, but it channels all of the water away. So you put this this hatless brim, only a brim of a hat around a kid's face, just right below their hairline, and then you shampoo the hair that's sticking out on top of this little topless shower cap thing, and then the water runs off and the soapy water doesn't get in their eyes. But that's a really common thing that's been around forever. But I think there are minds that just love to solve unimportant problems, or things you really shouldn't have to figure out how to do. But yeah, that shower cap for kids is very common. You see that everywhere. But the 100 yen stores have a bunch of those little problem-solving, odd little inventions. Oh, like the So under furniture legs for like a chair or a table or whatever, you can put a little felt pad or whatever to prevent scratching on the floor. But they also have for, I guess, for tables and chairs, for wooden tables and chairs, the legs, they make little socks. So at the 100 Yen store, you can get like 4 little socks to put on your chair legs, so when you're sliding your chair in and out, it doesn't damage your floor. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, a lot of innovation for things like there's just like little improvements and little additions to technology, like sound technology or video technology. That they're really innovative, and that's I think why they did well with cars too, because they were able to figure out, like, if you're just using this for a simple mode of transportation, what's like the minimum car we can make. And so their little subcompact cars from the 80s did well because they just like tried to think of like one specific problem to solve. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have an umbrella that instead of folding out so it's wet on the outside, it closes the other way. So you close it the other way so all the water is held inside. So it's really good for like putting in a car or whatever, because you can control where the water will go instead of it just like getting everywhere. So when you get into a car with an umbrella, you just direct all the water will go to a very specific spot, because the umbrella closes like this, so the wet part is on the inside. Yeah, that's very funny. And there's always the I can't even remember if I've seen these outside of Japan, but every store during the rainy season on rainy days will put out a little stand where you can pull off like a little umbrella condom. And so you fold up your umbrella and then you stick it in this like long plastic bag so that it doesn't drip everywhere inside the store or inside the office or wherever you're going. And then the little stand also has a garbage can on the back, so when you're leaving, and then you can take the little condom off and throw it away. But if your umbrella is too wet, though, the only thing that doesn't work with that technology, if your umbrella is too wet and then all the water runs off to the end, then the bag the bag is heavy and just falls off the end of the umbrella. I've seen that happen as well. But yeah, that's a kind of a courtesy thing, or kind of an etiquette thing that they have a lot here during rainy season, is the little umbrella condoms. Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah. Yes, Review Cumber. That's very funny. I've been a big fan. Nice. Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, I will try to remember that for next time. A desk fan. Yes. Good. Oh yeah, deliveries. Yeah, exactly. K5. Yeah, sorry. We're talking about the so ramen is just like soup and noodles in it, and they do delivery versions. So the like a gimbaled delivery system that just kind of balances a bowl, so you can drive around with a bowl. Nice. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. Big fan. Yeah, there's been some fan. I'm trying to think of I can remember drawing. Yeah, so fans, especially like fans with like the little cages, and the detail of the fan is a little tricky. So if I did one, maybe more simplified. But I like the desk fan idea. All right. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. Does that? I can't even tell if that is spelled or appreciated. Yeah. No, skip. Yep, must be okay because it's just trying to change my name. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, for some reason, maybe the font is making it look wrong. Nice. All right. Well, thank you for the misspelling for Uber Eats. That was a great suggestion. Because yeah, I think without that, it's gonna just look like what does a backpack have to do with a pizza kind of thing. All right. And probably inevitable plant death. All right. Jealous vases. Nice. All right. Well, I'm glad I was able to, yeah, do a little makeup stream. And yeah, I'm glad, K5, I'm glad you're doing okay. It's good. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Oh, good, Joe. Yeah, please. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what looked good. Yeah, so just email me back with the link that you liked, and I'll get that for you. Cool. Yeah. Well, I'll try to. Yeah, I'll try to do that. I'll come up with a a fan idea. Your biggest fan, especially if it was a very small fan. It would be funny if it was the biggest one. All right. Well, so I guess avoid any simulated pumpkin fried snacks. Yikes. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do like dried pumpkin, I think, here, and yeah, a lot of different. Yeah, Japanese pumpkin, if you haven't had it, is surprisingly good. It's nicely sweet and not not so tough like you have to like cook down. And well, yeah, who was even saying that? I can't remember if that was on stream or if that was a comment on one of the cartoons where I was talking about pumpkin pie, that most people are saying pumpkin pie is not even pumpkin. It's what is it, like boiled beets or radish or something that's stringy like pumpkin meat, but is easier to eat and cheaper, I think, than just flavored with the seasoning for pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie itself, especially like the commercially made pies, are not made even from pumpkin anymore. It's just a kind of simulation of pumpkin. I'll eat a raw Japanese pumpkin. Yeah, they're really tiny too. They don't get very big, so you can't carve them. Like they're only like the largest ones are like about that size. So you can't carve them for any reason. So that's very mysterious for Japanese people that you carve pumpkins, because they're pretty valuable as food, whereas the American style giant pumpkins aren't very useful. But yeah, but I can get, if the stores have pumpkin season, I can show you Japanese pumpkin. It's got the interior though. The walls are very thick, so like the meat of the pumpkin is very very thick and heavy. But yeah, I can show you the inside is very similar. The seeds and everything look very similar to Western pumpkins, but it's just much more edible, and you can eat the whole thing. That's amazing. Like the skin and everything is completely fine to eat. Yeah, I'll look for a weird pumpkin snack if there's some dried one or some real one, not a simulated version like that snack was. Next of kin. Nice. Yes. Pumpkinkin. All right. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, I've got some travel time today, so I should maybe cut this a little short, but I'll be back in normal time next week. Everything schedule-wise seems to be looking good next week, so probably from home again, so we expect the green screen version. But I do miss this tablet. This thing is crazy. Yeah, so, oh wait, here, maybe I can show you. Let me try to do this. Wait, yeah, so here's the ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, that's the size of the tablet, so much bigger. It's the size of a 24-inch monitor, so much bigger than what I was using. So I think it's like 8 inches. The drawing space is only like 8 inches. on the but diagonal, so it's pretty. It's 16 by 9, so it's pretty big. But this is just so wonderful. I forgot how wonderful it is. All right, yeah. Take care. So everybody. So Review Cumber and K5 and Joe. Good to see you. And yeah, thanks for the new follows. Yeah, everybody that was new to the stream, much appreciated. Yeah, and Sedona, I hope your tomatoes, your late night tomatoes, were good. And yeah, good to see everybody. So I'll be back next week. So actually sooner rather than later, only like 5 days apart. Okay, so see you next week. Everybody take care and stay safe, and hopefully the air quality gets better where you are, less fires and smoke and everything. So take care and see you next time. Oh, so if you want to look for more, if you're just finding the stream now, abusecartoons.com is the website. You can follow on Twitter at abusecartoons, and there's a Patreon, abusecartoons, or patreon.com/abusecartoons, and the archive that we looked at before, if you want to read a bunch of the previous cartoons, is gocomics.com/domestic abuse, and that's all in the description below. If you're seeing this on YouTube, it's all in the description text, links to everything. So everybody take care, and yeah, good to see everybody, and sorry for the weird schedule this week. We'll be back to normal next week. So take care, and see you again soon. Goodbye.